All right. Let's try this again. So just going to do a quick scene using iClone, Unreal Engine. Sorry, I haven't been in the best mood. So nothing to worry. So we have a couple of characters here. Here I still gotta do a little bit more set dressing here, but yeah, this is going to be for M scene here. Well, I got his scenes. We'll work on bringing in 007 in. This is actually a stack mesh, so I apologize. Let me go and bring in the character here. I finished M scene last night, or Q scene, not too long ago, so I'm going to get this taken care of here and get it done. I'm thinking of doing, I have a couple shots to work with. So we have iClone 8 here. Let me bring in the set and everything I need to do here. Okay, so we have a character here. So I usually make a little block here. This is where, think of it like a marker where characters will stand. Whoopsies, sorry. So I'll be bringing that and a couple of landmarks here for the character. I'll do a couple more animations here, but for now, just want to bring in the character. So I'm just transfer to iClone, convert all. So this is how I would block characters using iClone and Unreal Engine. So somebody was asking about location and everything, root motions. This is how I kind of plan it. So iClone to me isn't so much. You can see the origin is at 0, 0, 0. So the character is actually standing right there because that's where my when I was designing the set. Oops. And I'll explain these things later on. Hang on. When I was designing the set for M, you could see where I started. Right there. So it's a little off center. That's like when I built the set in Blender. A couple things I've done as well. You're wondering what's with these blocks here. It helps with lighting the set because I found that light was often leaking through. So what I did was I made a bunch of giant blocks. Black, you would absorb the light. It's a lot easier to work with. So that's just something to consider. All right, so we're done with that. I'm going to bring in our character here. Oops, sorry. Just gonna bring your character out so he's not in the way. I think blue tie. Okay. So I'm going to do a couple animations, make sure everything is fine. So he's going to stand right to where this marker is. You can see why I add little markers here. It's just easier to get the character, have them stand, or do whatever they need to do. Because iClone is merely like, that's the thing with Unreal Engine. My perception is that Unreal is pretty much the whole production tool. iClone is blocking an animation. It's a little jarring for some because they're used to iClone as the main production tool instead of the main production. Unreal Engine is just like the final render stage, I guess. But I don't look at it like that. I look at iClone as just one part of the tool. Unreal Engine, This is where, you know, Blender, I built the set, Unreal Engine, I dress it, light it, get everything all set up, and iClone is just blocking and acting. Just blocking, directing, where the characters, animation, all that fun stuff. And then once we get that done, you know, I can easily render. That's really the perception, or sorry, the what my production is. Sorry, not perception. I'm sorry, my brain's kind of a mess today. I'm not 100% right now, but yeah. So we have a character here. First meeting 007. So there's a so we have a few scenes here.
Afternoon, sir. Afternoon, sir.
I want him like this here, so I actually like this idea here. So, oh, sorry, let's leave the animation. I want to delete the transform clip.
Afternoon, sir. Afternoon, sir.
I think this will be fine. And the only thing I would do is this is probably this is motion director. Kind of. No, instead of I want him to kind of lean forward.
Afternoon, sir.
Not like that. Just
Afternoon, sir. Afternoon, sir.
see how this looks.
Afternoon, sir.
All right.
Afternoon, sir. Afternoon, sir. Afternoon, sir. Afternoon, sir.
That's fine. All right. Yeah, a lot of this animation's a little rough, but I say the second part it's gonna get better. Just kind of in a hurry to get this done. It's kind of like piecing together old animation stuff and getting it done, you know, just for the sake of getting it done. Okay. So we have here. Let's get the character. Go on M, MC, M. And it's this one. So we're going to do this. And let's get the accidental death and violence.
Well, as good a day as any. That includes accidental death and... Well, as good a day as any. That includes accidental death and violence, that is. Well, as good a day as any. That includes accidental death and violence, that is.
Yeah, that'll work. Don't know what's with Rococo, but there we go.
Well, as good a day as any. That includes accidental death and violence, that is.
Let's see.
That includes accidental death and violence, that is. Well, as good a day as any. That includes accidental death and violence, that is. That includes accidental death and violence, that is.
There we go. So, gonna bring that quickly in. Transfer that. So I'm just kind of going back and forth. Then I may cut it together. Might do. Yeah, this should be a pretty quick scene to get done. Yeah, I even have to, probably gonna have to move them here, but that's okay. Ah, that's a Rococo thing. Shit. Yeah, you can see the characters kind of leaning too much. They probably smoothed it out, but honestly, what I might do is I still haven't
Well, as good a day as any. That includes accidental death and violence, that is. Well, as good a day as any. That includes accidental death and violence, that is.
there we go. Let me bring that in. Delete that. Yeah, this one I'm just kind of rushing through, like a lot of the scene. Not much left, but there we go. And then when we put our character in, we can have him moved a bit. Okay, next one. Let's see. Just want to make sure. Did I actually have another line? I can easily animate that too.
It was down to that or destroy London Bridge. Bridge. It was down to that or destroy London Bridge. Bridge.
I wonder if that's causing problems.
That or destroy London Bridge. Bridge. Destroy London Bridge. Destroy London Bridge. It was down to that or destroy London.
Let's have a look. Sometimes real illusions kind of.
It was down to that or destroy London Bridge. It was down to that or destroy London Bridge. It was down to that or destroy London Bridge.
Okay. I have a feeling, I think Motion Live kind of screws up the, it might screw up the lip syncing actually, which is weird. Right. Whoops. Okay. And who was the other one?
Who was the other one?
Yeah.
Who was the other one?
All right.
Who was the? Who was the other one? Who was the other one? Who was the other one?
Okay. Jesus. Okay. Tough link to pursue.
That's going to be a tough link to pursue.
That's a pretty good one right there.
Link to pursue. That's going to be a tough link to pursue.
Transfer. There'll probably be one more. Get right on that in Cold War. Okay. Get right on that. Did I say get right on that? Check. Get another one. Get right on that. Okay.
I'll get right on that,
Okay.
I'll get right on that, Right on that, I'll get right on that,
Okay.
I'll get right on that,
Okay. Transfer. Yeah, you can see this is just a lot easier. I have like multiple motions here, but I'll have a much more easier production on the second part. I have a couple ideas what to do. Yeah, you know what? Who knows? Let's just get this all done. Why not? Could probably have this along with the Q scene. Q scene is gonna be cut a couple days. This will be by tomorrow, or I could easily get a lot of this done soon. Hopefully by the end of the week. Apologize.
So, we have a general from North Korea and a businessman from Russia. And you do realize the Cold War is long over by now.
God's sakes.
So, we have a general from North Korea and a businessman from Russia. You do realize the Cold War is long over by now.
Okay. Did he crash?
Nope. You do realize the Cold War is long over by now.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
We have a general from North Korea and a businessman from Russia. You do realize the Cold War is long over by now. War is long over by now. We have a general from North Korea and a businessman from Russia. From Russia. You do realize the Cold War is long over by now.
Okay. I think that's good for now. I can always get back into this when I'm done. That's the nice thing. All right, so let's make a love sequence. Let's do 24 frames per second. I want him. Here, so for 777, we're going to bring him in. And I'm going to do his animation quickly. So let's just do death and violence. Oops. Find out where our character is. There he is. There. That's why I put everything here. Pilot. So let's get the lighting situated. So, all right. I think 47 should be okay. Got a couple angles just in case, but I think this should be all right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach thing on light here. not just be for 007. I don't know about the angle. Oh, for God's sakes. I think something like this could work. Let's see what the footage for him would be. Is this using Live Link? Yes. Yep, using Live Link. So let's go see light here. Oops. Sorry, I'm just kind of really screwing it up here. Yep, so this would be here. There we go. Alright, so let's see. Death and violence should be right through here. Are you taking on any animation work right now? This is a personal project. We can discuss it if you want later on. I'll see if I'm able to. Only thing is, it's not getting the catch light here. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, sometimes I'm gonna have to say good enough. G-Lab. My 6'2" and meeting. What was that? Accidental death and violence. Yep. Something tells me I may have to do another angle from this, but let's see. Sorry, just kind of going back and forth between rendering here. I'll give you oh my hang on, I still have my website down below. Okay, you sent on Twitter. Yeah, I haven't used Twitter in a long time. I don't see anything. It's been a long time since I've used Twitter. I'll tell you what. I see what you're doing. Yeah. Okay. I'll check Discord when it's time. All right. Okay, so let's just get through his animation. So this is pretty much everything you need to know. Whoops, god dang it. Let's see, Cold War. Probably do a close-up here for this one. He likes to move around a bit. So I'd probably do something like this. I'd probably push in. There we go. Yeah, you see the little catch light right there. Probably bring the camera just a little bit down here. I think that'll work. right there. In fact, let me go and double check here. Gold lore, local. There you are. I'll be back in a second. All right. Yeah, I just got your message. Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'll have to look into it a little bit more. I'll have to ask you a few questions. This one. I'm going to rotate him just a little bit here. Yeah, just letting you know I got the message on Discord. I'll reply soon. Probably reply. Well, it's getting pretty late, but probably do. Try to rotate that just a little bit here. Yeah, just with Twitter, I've not been there in a long time, so letting you know. It's probably best not to just send me a message on I would not, because you probably won't ever get an answer. I'll have a look, and you just what you do is just send me the details. I'll look into it. See. It'll take some time here. Yeah, I'm also in the middle of a major project, so of my own. Especially once you get to Character Creator 5, I have something in the works. Trying to get that done. It's just, yeah, I'm kind of rushing to get a lot of shit done. Okay, so we do have green. Good. God, I need to improve the animation. But whatever. It's more of a, I'd rather get shit done rather than just constantly finish it. Go back and finish it, you know. Well, that's what part 2 is for. Just move on. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking too much into it. Look down. All right, we'll have to redo that one. Maybe blend bridge too. See, he's standing right there. Did I finish it right on that? Yep. Yeah, if not, I can teach you film production and all that stuff. You know, if you're stuck, just in case. If it doesn't get down to it, I can easily teach you a lot of the basics and stuff with iClone if you're ever stuck with it. Tough link to pursue, so I'll have to have them look down, adjust the animation a bit. There we go. I think that's it. Yeah, just in case, you know, because I know this stuff's kind of complicated. Nope. I have to learn to finish it. I have to learn just to move on. Part 2. Part 2. I have to think about part 2. So there's a couple of animations. I may even fix a couple. Who knows? So I'll have to go and get this sorted. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, this thing's just a mashup of random shots shot like months apart, which is crazy. It's kind of a miracle I got it to work. Yep. And then we've seen that scene before. QLab. Let's get this done here. Get into my hard work. Footage, part 1. QLab. Yeah, that's one thing with this Aston Martin. I guess I can spoil it. I'll wait till everything loads. Guess what I can do? Just like that. Then, we can. What I'm probably going to do is add, attach a bunch of blueprints, and when we shoot this scene, I'm probably going to be using Rush Hour. I'm looking into it. You see that there? Yep, that's going to be. Of course, it has a little ejector seat, but. Yep. So, yeah, tomorrow I'm just gonna finish. I'm probably gonna be cutting a lot of this scene here with the Astons. So I have, when he explains everything, cut back and forth. That's the title sequence. Nope. So, yeah, that's probably one of the crazier sequences I've done in a long time. But if anyone has any questions, let me know. Discord, email. So, thank you guys for watching. See ya.